Hello everyone, my name is Prakash and you are watching Fundamentals of Python. In this video, we are going to discuss user-defined function, which is in continuation to our Python for Beginners series, and this is the third video in line. So we have inbuilt functions in Python and user-defined functions in Python. Uh, some example of inbuilt function of Python we have already seen before, such as print, such as input, such as int, such as str, and etc. In this video, we are going to take a look at user-defined functions. First, let's understand the advantages of user-defined functions. So, a user-defined function helps to decompose a large program into a small segments, which makes program easy to understand, maintain, and debug. For example, a program has to be written to uh, to make a calculator. So it could have different functionalities: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So all of these functionalities can be broken into pieces and worked upon separately. So in essence, we can make a separate function for all of these operations and then combine them together. This is what is meant by dividing the program into small segments and makes the program easy to understand. So also it makes the program easy to understand when written in a modular form. Second, if repeated code occurs in a program, function can be used to include those codes and execute when needed by calling that function. Calling that function, we'll see in a minute what calling that function means. Actually, once we write a program function in the function fashion, we can use it over and over again. Rather than writing the whole code from the starting, we can just write a small piece of instruction which will help us call the function, and function will come and do its job and return the value. Programmers working on large projects can divide the workload by making different functions. So programmers who are working on a large project can divide the workload by making different functions. So a large application, an web app, or a, a website which requires a lot of work and has a lot of functionalities can be divided into different functions, and different functions can be worked upon by different developers and then combined together to have a final web app or web application. To understand these concepts better, let's um, head over to VS Code. Okay, so we are going to do a function, user defined function, wherein we will be taking input from user. You, in user defined function, it is not necessary to take user from input from user. Don't get confused with that. Yeah, but so let's skip that idea at all. Let's take values, certain values, define our function, and then call our function to get the result. So let's say we have a function which multiplies two numbers together, and of course we can do, if given a two number, we can multiply them without writing a function. But let's see how to write a function. This is essential to learning Python programming. So first we have definition of the function. So it starts as def, name of the function. Since we are going to multiply, I am going to take mul as a name, and then parenthesis, and then semicolon. This is the syntax, and then comes the body. First comes this keyword def and name of the function, followed by parenthesis and semicolon. We can give variable parameters within this parenthesis. For example, we are going to give two parameters in this example, um, x comma y, and instead of doing pass, what we are going to do, we are going to return x multiplied y. This is our first function in Python, and to take advantage of this function we need to call this function. Let's say num1 is equal to 10, num2 is equal to 5, and we want to multiply these two numbers, num1 and num2. So instead of doing num1 into num2 and printing the result, we can just simply say pass it to the function mul, pass it as an argument. Here these x and y are parameters, but when you pass the values, they are called arguments. So I can simply pass num1 to a v is equal to, there are two ways to see the result in console. One is to capture the value in the v variable and then print, use a inbuilt function print the value of v. In this way we can see the result in terminal cls screen, and there we go. So 50, we got the result 5 into 10 50. This is the one way, or here itself you can define function. Instead of returning x comma y, you can say simply print x comma y, and here we can just simply call the function. This is to explicitly print the value, not essentially to use the value somewhere in the program. This is the method we use just to print the values. So we got the result 50. So in real world, most of the time we won't be printing the value. Instead, we will be returning the value, and we'll then capturing the value into a variable called v or whatever, and calling the is equal to calling the function name, passing the arguments to the function. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.